us about your role at Goldman Sachs, what you do, how it intersects with climate change, and what about your journey to COP? What brings you here?
We have a long history working on this issue, including working with the IIF. This had been something that was important, but it had suddenly really become core. They're central for our clients, they're central for us, and so we need to really up our game. And so the Sustainable Finance Group, that's really our job, right? To sort of say commercially, across all that we do, how do we have the expertise? Two, how do we translate that expertise into capabilities? It's good to know things, but you have to be able to do things, right? And so partnering with all the divisions of the firm to create new products, innovate, things like KPI-linked bonds or recently announced ESG-linked transaction banking account. Just how do we have this product innovation cycle where we'll partner to launch things, but then the divisions and the businesses will run with them so they can scale? How do we bring that together and help those clients with significant ambitions achieve those goals? This is a topic that's grown tremendously, but there's a lot of confusion. Right? So having those behavioral facts on the ground of what are people doing, what's working, what's not, how do people actually make decisions? So that gives us a different type of insight. We can deploy across the different resources we have and bring it together to help them, first of all, measure where are they, right? Where are they today? Where are they headed? Are there gaps that they need help addressing? Our marquee sales and trading platform, we integrated climate analytics to that, so all of our trading clients can integrate climate analytics with all the other financial data to help really understand their portfolio. Once you measure, then you need to help people manage, right? You identify where there are gaps, where there are opportunities. And so when I think about how we can accelerate climate transition, how we can help achieve decarbonization goals, that's really what it looks like. Back when we really launched the next iteration of our sustainable finance work and the Sustainable Finance Group, we didn't just lay out climate. We laid out two pillars that we saw as fundamental: climate transition and inclusive growth. They're both important and they have some interrelationship. How can we take those cycles that we've seen with wind and solar, and we're starting to see with storage, and how do we get them launched and moving faster and faster? So we see the power of declining cost curves, success begetting success. Once we've learned that lesson, how do we use it and use it smarter and use it faster?
When you think about all the things that are happening here at COP, the negotiations, all the discussions, what kind of outcomes are you hoping for? What would you like to see?
We need an all of the above strategy, right? At the end of the day, we need policy. There's really a critical role for policy. We need the private sector. There's a critical role for the private sector. And we need them to be able to work together in a thoughtful way to solve hard problems. But none of us can wait. And I think that's really what I take from this. I'm excited by, the private sector's engaged in, I think, a fundamental and real way. Government is working to forge forward, and I think there's an awareness that we need all of these pieces, both on their own, but also